Representation in itself is a very difficult art and an absolutely hard-working process in one way or another, because representation has always got its own importance, significance, relevance, sovereignty, differentiation, individuality, and other qualities associated to it also are possible in one way or another because of the human being's greatness, genius, brilliance, and prowess of the mind, heart, soul, psychology, imagination, all of which is tied to the human mind and the heart in one way or another, and also because of only some people's talent and genius in the world that all of this art, magnificence, literature, poetry, novel, philosophy have been created in one way or another. But then again, representation in and of itself is difficult, complicated, chaotic because it involves a lot of unconditional and invisible and hidden kinds of difficulties, chaos, and complexities about itself in one way or another, which is not really easily noticed or recognized. But representation is difficult because it has to involve and include all of the relevant, significant qualities, conditions, characteristics to itself about either the external event, outside phenomena, or material circumstance about which it is done, or the representation or epitome of a particular character or an individual man or woman is also going to be difficult and involves difficulties and complications of his own kind because of, again, the difficulty of basically matching out and collecting and obviously portraying all of the qualities, significance, virtues which the character is capable of, or that character demonstrates or has demonstrated. All those qualities have to be put there at the same time, and then only the representation of anything is complete, and that means any representation is difficult. And it's not just actual outside practical representation on the play, drama, or cinema, but also literary representation is also very difficult, because literature is representation because the writer, poet, or playwright thinks about and imagines and visualizes the character, the story, the events, and other good and bad things one after another through decades of time in his mind, which gives birth to imagination and fantasy. And when it comes to writing, when he completes the writing of his story, character, event, tragedy, or comedy, whatever it is, then it becomes a representation. And that means it's a divided, slow, steady, gradual process. And it's not the direct contact of imagination with reality. The mind engages and then creates one reality after another, imagining, visualizing, fantasizing. And that culminates in writing after years of practice, hard work, and that is why it is called a representation, and it's represented in that manner. So that's why it is difficult.